So you know what? It occurred to me the other day. And you know what? I know some, well, in my opinion anyway, some rather funny anecdotes. So I figured I'd try my hand at stand-up comedy. And that's what I'm going to do right now. So, a couple of my stories I want to talk about are from when I was in the Navy. I have a couple interesting stories from in there. Most of them happened after I got into separations. That's where they send you while they fill out the mountain of paperwork necessary to send you home after they find something wrong with you. But a couple were in barracks. For instance, there was the one time we're all sitting there in the middle of the barracks. Petty Officer Catlin's up in front, giving us some lesson. I don't remember what it was, but his cell phone goes off, and the thing is, his ringtone is what caught my attention and the attention of everyone else, because it was the song "Don't Ya," "Don't you wish your girlfriend was hot like me?" So he just kind of stares at us. And he says not one word. And one random guy just pops up. He's like, "I haven't listened to music in like 2 weeks. That sounds great to me." So that was typical of my petty officers. I had very, very insane petty officers. I had another fun lesson where he was teaching us how to properly handle the pistols, the deactivated pistols that we'd be using for our patrols. And he was going over safeties. He's showing us the slide, showing us the clip. And he actually mentions, these things are actually pretty old. We could probably stand to replace them pretty soon. No sooner does he say this, the safety falls, the little lever falls right off the gun while he's standing there. Just kind of accentuates the point, So, gun without a safety, that's always a wonderful idea. Shows you where your taxpayer money is going. Or where it's not going. Anyway, so like I said, most of my humorous, out of this world, insane, trippy experiences are from separations. And the reason this is because not everyone gets kicked out of the Navy for physical problems like I myself did with asthma. Sometimes they get kicked out because they are mentally ill. So pretty much what separations is, it's a large room. It's about twice, maybe 2 or 3 times the size of a normal barracks. And so that means 2 to 3 times the number of people. So there's about 200, 250 people in one room, and about half of them are crazy. So it's an interesting experience. You get there, I get in there, and first thing that happens is some guys come up to me and they're just like, "When tonight comes, don't run. It'll just make it worse." So I have a unique talent. When people try to freak me out with homosexual type stuff, I have the unique gift to be able to turn it back on them, but worse. So what I said was, "Why would I run?" And then I just turned and walked away. They ask you when you're in there, they ask you, "Are you broken or are you crazy?" Meaning, is it a physical problem or a mental problem? I tell them, "Can't I have both?" Because realistically speaking, I would have been kicked out for my ADHD or Asperger's if I wasn't kicked out for asthma. My recruiter didn't want me to tell them about any of my medical conditions because, you see, when you go to recruiter, recruiters are like used car salesmen. You're a commission to them. No joke there. So yeah, interesting separations. Real crazy people. Pretty much, there's not much to do. There's There's some magazines, some books, a couple board games, deck of cards. There is a TV, but it's majority rules as when it is turned on. It's majority rules as to what you get to watch. And well, there was lots of African Americans and Caucasians who thought they were African Americans. So invariably, the rest of us would be forced to watch Rhapsody. So I would have the choice thrust upon me: watch rap, sit in the corner, and mutter to myself. Rap, mutter to myself. It was a toss-up. I would usually end up just flipping a coin. So there were definitely some interesting experiences. I remember one day in separations. We all had a shared bathroom. That's one thing I like to brag about. Rare occasions. For instance, if someone calls me gay, I say, I think I would know if I was gay. I did spend a month showering with 100 other men every day. So I'm pretty sure I would know by now. Anyway, so in separations, as I said, lots of the mentally ill in the room with you. They sleep in the same room as you. And one day, petty officer went into the bathroom, came out rather irritated. It appeared that someone had taken a dump in the shower. And so he reacted rather reasonably to it. He was just of the mind, I don't want to know who did it. I just want it gone in 5 minutes. Sure enough, it was. The turd just vanished. No one even saw it. No one even saw it get cleaned up. Rather interesting. There's a whole different terminology when you're in boot camp. They use the word Ricky to refer to recruit. There was a couple bits of terminology with the word Ricky that I always found endlessly amusing. One was, and both these things were not allowed. You get in big trouble if you do these things. One was Ricky ninjaing. And what that is when a recruit gets out of their bunk in the middle of the night, puts on their ski mask, puts on their sweatshirt with their hood, and runs around the dark, going up to people's bunks and slapping them in the head while they're sleeping. Why people would do this, I had no idea. But apparently it happened enough that they had to make a rule about it. I myself am fortunate enough to have never had it happen to me. The other terminology is Ricky boxing. Now, I won't go into details explicitly on what Ricky boxing is, but they always posted a sign right outside the bathroom that said, no Ricky boxing. Ricky boxing is secured. So, yeah. It's an interesting experience, boot camp. You get to meet some very interesting people. Actually, spent a lot of time, I don't sleep well, I'm an insomniac, and if I don't get enough sleep, I get sick. So I spent a little bit of time in the infirmary. There was always this huge long line for the infirmary. I'm just standing next to this one guy. And I'm sitting next to him. We were all sitting. We had been given permission to sit. Yes, you need permission to sit in boot camp. And he's not doing well at all. He's sick like me, but a little bit worse off. And he just kind of, I just hear him make this swallowing sound. I look over to him, and he says, "Did you just vomit in your mouth and swallow it?" It's like, yeah. Yeah, the line's so long. He didn't even want to get up he didn't want to lose his spot to go to the bathroom and vomit in the toilet. That's how long a line is. That's when you know a line is long. You would rather vomit in your mouth, swallow it back down, than go use the bathroom, which is just a little bit down the hallway. So, yeah, that's boot camp. interesting little event of my life. So one morning for college, that I woke up and my room was on fire. Very interesting. What woke me up? What caused the fire was a battery charger malfunctioning, and what woke me up was one of the batteries exploding. There was enough airflow for smoke to activate my smoke detector. It wasn't until I opened up the door to exit that smoke started circulating enough. But back in those days, I used to have my one dog, Lucy, Beagle, sleep with me on my bed. This is before I even had Maximus. And well, I wake up, and you know how Lassie classically is always trying to save little Timmy in the well, always helping this person or this person. Lucy was not trying to wake me up. Lucy was over at my door trying to claw her way out. Which is why I've given her the name, the Anti-Lassie. If little Timmy were in a well, she would drop a brick on him. She's just that type of quality dog. In fact, you'll see that if you look online, you'll see that a lot of people, they don't sell beagles. No, they give beagles away for free because they want to be rid of them. I believe there is something seriously wrong with my dog. More on that later. Anyway, so my room's on fire. I just sit up, I look at it, I'm like, oh, that can't be good. So I get out of bed, in my underwear still, I go out the door, scream upstairs, because I don't actually know where the fire extinguishers are at this point. I don't know why. I scream upstairs, fire! My dad comes out of his room, spider? Fire!